Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWASHI. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahawah, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim YAHAWAH. That's the Most High Yahawah, whom the world ignorantly calls God, and His Son, YAHAWASHI. That's His name, YAHAWASHI, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, their names are Yahawah and YAHAWASHI. In the name of the Holy Spirit, Kodash. All right, shalom, salutations, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah, the true leaders that the Most High set up of the nation of Israel, that being the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom and salutations unto the elect, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. I'm the brother Awamanat Tazak, coming back with another video epistle. Throughout the day, you know, just thinking about the Passover that's coming up tomorrow evening, which is March 7th, all right, sundown to March 8th, all right, the Passover. And then you have the Feast of Unleavened Bread, all right, which lasts from March 7th until, let me look at the calendar. All right, what's that, the 15th? All right, the 14th to the 15th, okay? So the 15th of March, sundown. Let me make sure I looked at the right. Yep. So from March 7th, sundown, until March 15th, sundown. Oh, I'm sorry, March 14th, sundown will be the Feast of Unleavened Weeks. I'm sorry, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay? Which will last for a week. So yeah, March 14th, okay? March 14th, sundown will be the last day. So like I was looking at the calendar. But I was just thinking about that throughout the day, all right? The Passover coming up, which during the Passover, the original Passover, okay, back in Egypt, it was a very serious time, okay? It was a very solemn assembly. It was a serious time, and even during YAHAWASHI's Passover, it was a very serious time, okay? It wasn't partying going on, okay? It wasn't a dinner, a feast, okay? Where the Israelites in the past enjoyed themselves, you know, and I'll say the Israelites in the right spirit enjoyed themselves. That was Passover was very serious, okay? There was a lot of judgment happening, and I'm talking about going back to Egypt. A lot of judgment was happening leading up to the Passover. And then on that evening of the Passover, you had the firstborn of the Egyptians that were put to death by YAHAWASHI. Okay? And so you know that wasn't a feast night. You know that we weren't, back then, we were not partying on that evening. Okay? And we were in a serious spirit. And those that were in the right spirit when YAHAWASHI was on the scene were in a very serious and solemn spirit. So this Passover, all right, today, as the apostles and elders have brought out, is not a we're not to be in a feasting, joyful mood. Really, we're still in slavery, you know, under Esau, under the devil, under the wicked. And we're waiting on YAHAWASHI to come and deliver us up out of the hand of these devils, man. You know, but you have Israelites that are in that feasting spirit, that are not in the solemn, that don't hold the Passover as a solemn assembly, you know. But you know, like going back, you know, I was just meditating on the plagues of old that happened to Egypt. All right, which Egypt, okay, goes back to that Greek word Egyptos. All right, which so like the actual name of Egypt, which the apostles and the elders of the Great Millstone brought out, is Montezarium. All right, the Hebrew word Montezarium or Mizraim. All right, in the land of what's called Africa today, which is really the land of Ham. And you see here the 10 plagues which the Lord brought upon that place. Water turns to blood, frogs, lice, flies, sick cattle, boils, fire, hail, locusts, darkness, and death of firstborn, which that was the evening of the Passover, the original Passover. And looking at today, the Most High, we're less than 24 hours away from the Passover, and this year, since the start of this year, 2020, the so-called year, New Year, all right, because the New Year really began about 6 days ago, but the Most High has been judging this place heavy, okay, and you see right now, it's to the point where you have this coronavirus, which is going throughout the midst of the whole earth, and it's plaguing all of these heathen nations. You know, it's plaguing all of these nations around the world to where they're in fear. Okay, and you know, let me get this. I'm gonna start off with this precept here. This is 2nd Esther chapter 15 verse. I wanted to read this, read more of this. I may, if the Spirit allows, you know. But this is 2nd Esther chapter 15 verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, right? Because you got Jakes that are wrapped up in Esau's philosophies, that's wrapped up in just the ways of Esau, man. Okay, and Esau or Edom, the Edomites being so-called Caucasians. You got these Jakes that's following after Esau's ways, which is leading them to death. You know. So the Most High says, I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt, which modern day Egypt is America. Okay? Which basically rules Edom. Okay? The Edomites rule the whole earth right now, but they're using their blessing through America, okay, to do so. So really, modern day Egypt, well, I should say modern day Edom is America. And of course, modern day Egypt is America. Okay, or modern day Montezarium is America, because we are in bondage in this place, you know. So the Most High is not going to suffer us to dwell any longer in this place. That's why the Most High is beginning to move and bring plagues upon the world to cast down Esau's system. All right. So everything we see going on now, all right, in the Middle East, all these earthquakes. They just said Oklahoma had a bunch of earthquakes. I forget the exact number, but it was like, I think 50 something, 51 earthquakes in one day, which is unheard of in the past. But the Most High is judging this place. A tornado just happened down there in, I think it was Nashville, Tennessee. And more plagues are going to, the Most High is going to cast more and more plagues upon this place known as Babylon the Great in the Scriptures, or spiritually known as Sodom in Egypt. All right, it's known as Sodom because they condone and they uphold, all right, and they make lawful to be a homosexual, man. All right. In Egypt, because all the tribes are here in this land, in bondage, in slavery. We're all in slavery under Esau. Verse 11, but I will bring them with the mighty hand and the stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Right. So the Most High is prepared. He's prepared to smite this place with plagues, and the ultimate plague is those missiles. That's why when you continue to read, it says, "And will destroy all the land thereof," because the Lord is going to totally obliterate America, and those that are not a part of the elect of the nation of Israel will be caught up in that destruction. Okay, in that plague. Those that want to hold fast to the ways of Esau, right? That want to trust in this system, as it talks about in Isaiah 30 and 31, they will be destroyed right along with Esau and right along with his system. And they're Israelites. They'll come back in the kingdom, but they're going to have the taste of that death. Whereas the elect of the nation of Israel are going to be delivered from that death. Because they will have that dawah, or the mark, which means to be exempt from the judgment to come. All right, that's spoken about in Ezekiel chapter 9. They're going to be Lord willing, we're part of the number. We're going to be delivered, okay, from out of this coming destruction. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. That's right. So the Most High is about to bring that plague and that punishment upon this place. Okay, so this place will mourn. Egypt will mourn. America is about to be in a state of mourning. All right. And you have all these Americans right now who are still in that spirit of pride. All right, they're going out and they're trying to hoard up supplies, to hunker down, and like the scriptures say, they think that Esau thinks his houses shall continue forever. They think they can hunker down, they can buy all the toilet paper and all of the meat, the food, the water to make it through this thing. But there's nothing you can buy that's going to deliver you from this destruction that the Most High is about to bring. All right. I was at the meat market earlier, a couple hours ago, and I asked the woman, have they been getting a lot of business since this coronavirus been going on? I think I said, has business been slow? Because she said, actually business has been booming. And she said, I think people are hoarding or something, And I was just like, yeah, that's crazy, that's crazy. Which, we know what it is. These people they're going to be in that state of hoarding and trying to prolong their lives and protect themselves from this coming destruction, or protect themselves from these prophecies. When it states in Isaiah 55 and 11 that every word that the Most High spoken is going to go out and not return unto him void. So the Most High said America's going to be destroyed, and all these people that's on the land of America, minus the elect, of course, are going to be destroyed, man. Okay? So you got people that's trying to fight against that and upset prophecy, and you're not going to do that. You're not going to upset prophecy. You're not going to make the Most High a liar. Okay, what's that? Exodus 20 and or 15 and 4, I think. Hold up. I think it's Exodus 15 and 4. Okay. Nope. 20. Oh. Let's see. Oh man, I always mix that up. Yeah, it's Numbers 23 and 19. It's a lot here. But yeah, I was way off. It's a lot. It says, the Most High YAHAWASHI is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? That's right, man. The Most High said, whatever the Most High says, he's going to do it. Okay, it's going to happen. All right, that's our power. Okay, that's our power, and the nations, they envy us for that, man. The Most High YAHAWASHI is our power, and when he says something, he means it. Okay, it's going to come to pass. So America's going to be destroyed. The plagues are going to touch America. Okay, and no one's going to escape. The Most High said that, and it's going to happen. And shall he not do it? Or had he spoken? And shall he not make it good? That's right, man. See? And everything the Most High does is good. Okay? Tawab, the Hebrew word tawab. Everything the Most High does is good. So you got these plagues that's coming amongst or coming to Babylon the Great. And I was watching this dude. His show is it's called the Silver Report. I forget the exact channel, but I think if you type in the Silver Report on in YouTube, it should pop up. But he talks about all these economic things going on in America and around the world, and even politically and geopolitically. And he was basically saying that that you got these politicians in America that's trying to make it seem like it's a peaceful time, or make it seem like they're going to bounce back, or make it seem like um, the stock market is not going to crash and everything's okay, if you will, and that's not the case, you know. Everything's collapsing. You got people not getting paid for being told to stay home because of this whole coronavirus. All right, and the Most High is about to turn the heat up, man. Coronavirus is just the beginning. Okay, the Most High can have YAHAWASHI can have a disease that they ain't even have a name for, sweep through this land, man, and kill people swiftly. Okay, so we're living in very, very, very serious times, man. Okay, because you got people that still walking around thinking that it's party time. Okay, you got this. I believe it's St. Patrick's Day coming up and spring break coming up, and you got a lot of things also being canceled because of this coronavirus, man. Let me see let me see something real quick. And so, like, I'm not trying to make it too long, but it does get too long, and it was the spirit. St. Patrick's Day 2020 is Tuesday, March 17th. Okay, so people are looking forward to that, man. Okay, people are looking forward to St. Patrick's Day. Especially, you got Jake that's wrapped up in these Edomite folly days with St. Patrick's. I believe was an Israelite, was Jake. But you got these Israelites that's wrapped up into the ways of this world. They ain't thinking about no Passover, man. And that's why 2/3 of the nation of Israel are gonna be put to death, man. Because during the Passover, what are they gonna be doing? A bunch of folly, out clubbing, because that's Saturday night. That's when Jay go out the club and party and drink beer, which beer has yeast in it, And then after that, what they gonna do? Hit up a Wendy's or a McDonald's, okay, and get a fat burger, which got yeast in it. So Wicked Jake, their minds ain't geared towards and so, like, I know I'm all over the place, but their minds ain't geared towards the Passover, man. That's why 2/3 are gonna be cut off and die. 2/3 is gonna be wrapped. A lot of Wicked Jakes gonna be wrapped up in these coming plagues. There's gonna be a lot of Jakes that die from coronavirus and all these other different viruses they ain't got names for yet. Okay. But that was the point. Hey, the Most High is going to smite the land of Egypt, which the land of Egypt is America today, with plagues as before, which lets you know this ain't talking about Egypt or Martyrzarium of old. This is talking about modern day Egypt, which is America. Okay. So yeah, let me read some of this, okay? Because once again, we're coming up on tomorrow evening will be the Passover. All right, tomorrow evening at sundown in your respective areas will be the Passover. This is Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 1. Observe the month of Abib, okay, or Abib. Okay, I think it's Abib. Which is the first month. And keep and this lets you know it's the first month because you already see the trees blooming. All right. And that just happened last week or within this past week. And then you got what these devils like to call daylight savings time, Sunday morning, okay? Between Sunday morning. But this is the beginning of spring, basically, you know. And these devils know that, man. These devils also know that this is the Passover, because I went on this site called Tubi, and let me see if I can bring it up just to show you. But they didn't have this up. You see this Passover 2020. According to Esau, it's April 8th to April 16th, which that's not correct. Okay, it's tomorrow evening at sundown. All right, but the scriptures do say, "Judge no man," and this is talking about Israelites. Okay, judge no man in meat or drink, or in regards to a high holy day. You know, if they're keeping it sincerely, you know, and correctly. But the correct date for the Passover is what the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone put out, which is tomorrow evening. Okay, through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. But I was about to type in the Tubi. Okay, just to show you, these devils, they know. When I went on to it not too long ago, about 30 minutes ago, I said to myself, hey, they know. You know, these devils, they know. And the scriptures say that. They are wiser than the children of light. But, you know, they show, where is it? It was the first thing that popped up when I went on it, you know. But I might have to type it in just because it ain't showing up. But I know this wasn't on here before because it didn't pop up like it did tonight. But it was Exodus, okay, Gods and Kings, which I had to turn off after the. Oh, that's crazy! It's not even popping up right here. Let me type that in. I had to turn that off, man. Yeah, Gods of Egypt. That's the name of it. I had to turn it off because it was it was a bunch of madness, man. You know, but this had popped up. You know, and I've never seen that before on here. And when I seen it, I was like, yeah, man, they know what's going on. You know, they know it's the time of the Passover. They know we're the Israelites. And when I say they, I'm talking about the top elite banking families, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys. Okay? They know these scriptures. Right? But Salaki, it says, and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy power, for in the month of Abib, the Lord thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Right? The Lord delivered us, man, up out of the hand of the Egyptians, which were so-called Africans today. Okay? To be exact, is those that live in the land of, what is that? South of Egypt. I think it's maybe Chad, I think. Okay? Let me see. Okay, let's try to zoom in. Sudan, that's what I was thinking of. Sudan, you got Chad right here. Okay, the Sudanese are the real Egyptians. Okay, they were pushed out of that land basically, but for the most part, but they're the Egyptians, or the Martezarium that had us in slavery back then. All right, that's them. And when you go back to Egypt, the old map of Egypt, okay, that land was a part of it, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? Map of Egypt. See, so you see how that green area, okay, when it pops up, that green area. Oh, hell. What the hell is this? Okay. I don't know what this is, but yeah, right here, you see. I wish it was a better picture, man. But and you see Kush, which is known as Ethiopia today, which they know they're Kush. You know, they know they're Kush, and all of them come from the line of Ham, which was one of Noah's sons. Okay, but those that are living in the land of Chad today, okay, are in fact the Egyptians, okay, or those Martezarian, okay, of old, those that lived in the land of Martezarian, okay, and they're just showing a woman. I don't know why, but the men they're very tall. That's why I was trying to show. Men are very very tall in stature, you know. But yeah, anyway, all right, let me go back. Deuteronomy 16 and 2. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord thy power of the flock of the herd, in the place which the Lord shall choose to place his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. Right. So nothing with yeast in it. Okay, no flour tortillas. Okay, and what I mean by that is those flour tortillas they sell in the store, they have yeast in it. Now, if you take flour and you make your own bread, you know, that's okay, because you're not putting yeast in it, you know. But anything with yeast in it, you have sauces, spaghetti, certain different types of, I wouldn't say spaghetti, but I know Alfredo sauces have yeast, so you got to kind of be mindful of the ingredients. And the ingredients are basically everything. You know, look at the back of it: baking soda, and even a carpet. Some carpet fresheners have baking soda in it, man. You know, and I totally forgot last year to that was under the kitchen sink. You know, so it's a lot to tell y'all about YAHAWASHI for that. You know, but when we seen it, we threw it out. You know. But be mindful, like things like carpet freshener may have baking soda in it, you know, so make sure to throw that out, you know, and that's what we're doing. We're rehearsing the righteous acts, man, you know, so in rehearsal, you're going to make mistakes, and the only thing we can do is pray to y'all about YAHAWASHI for mercy, you know, but that's the main thing, you know, anything with yeast in it, you know, take it out of your household, and like the apostle say, just put it out in your car, or if you have the luxury in a plastic bin outside the house, you know, or some to that effect. 7 days, for 7 days shalt thou not eat. I'm sorry, that's say. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction, for thou camest forth out of the land of Martezarium, okay, in haste, right? So that goes to show you we wasn't partying, we wasn't laying up with our woman, you know, we wasn't. It wasn't a time of being in the spirit of complacency. The Lord said He delivered us in haste. Okay, so once that happened, that evening, we were pushed out of that land. We were delivered. You know, that thou mayest remember, and that's the point. We are to remember that, man. It's a memorial. Okay, this is basically a Memorial Day of the Passover, when thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of thy life, and there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coast 7 days. Right. So for 7 days we're not to have leavened bread. Okay, no wheat bread, no white bread. All right, no corn bread, no bread that has leaven in it. Unleavened bread, flat bread. You know, and what I mean by that, corn tortillas or flour tortillas that you make by your own hand with flour, actual flour, with no yeast. Okay, because I believe that flatbread, you know, that flatbread you can buy from Walmart, or that they sell at Subway and stuff, it has, I believe that stuff has yeast in it. You know, I could be wrong, but I think that has yeast in it. It says, neither shall there anything of the flesh which thou sacrificest the first day at evening, remain all night until the morning, right? So that lamb that we sacrifice, we have to eat all the meat from that lamb, you know. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover with any of thy gates, within any of thy gates which the Lord thy power giveth thee. Okay, and with that sacrifice also, we have to burn what's left over the next morning. I think it might get into it, but if not, you know, I think this is in Exodus chapter 12, too, you know, which really goes into detail also. But we burn what's remaining. If you have that luxury, okay, but like the apostle said, throw it out. Whatever remains, throw it out, you know. Because some cities, there's a ban on burning, you know. But if you have that luxury, you know, you burn it the next morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates which the Lord thy power giveth thee. But at the place which the Lord thy power shall choose to place his name in, there thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at evening, at the going down of the sun, at the season that thou comest forth out of Egypt, right? It says, and thou shalt roast and eat it in the place which the Lord thy power shall choose, and thou shalt turn in the morning and go into thy tents. 6 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh day, okay, shall be a solemn assembly to the Lord YAHAWASHI, thy power thou shalt do no work therein, right? Because it's a Shabbat. Okay, so on the first day and on the seventh day, it's a solemn assembly, and it's a Shabbat. Now, when you go into that word solemn, which I put it up before I started the video, it says formal and dignified, not cheerful or smiling, serious, characterized by deep sincerity. And then you can read the rest of the synonyms here. But it says stone-faced, unsmiling, stern, grim. Okay, so you're gonna have a very serious demeanor about you. You know, should I say, gloomy. Okay, because hey, when you go into the history, it was not it was a gloomy time. Okay, especially during the time of YAHAWASHI, man. Okay, during the time when before YAHAWASHI's passion. Okay, his last Passover, right before his passion, that was a very gloomy time, man. Okay, and he did that for us, man, as a nation, starting with the elect. He did that. He went up on that cross for us, you know. So we have to not only appreciate that, but not take that lightly. You know, you have a lot of Israelites that's taking that lightly and that's thinking that's basically playing around, you know, right? For lack of better words. Gloomy, dark, or poorly lit, especially so as to appear depressing or frightening, right? Feeling distressed or pessimistic, causing distress or depression. That's the main definition here, okay? Because we're really optimistic. We're not pessimistic. We're optimistic because we know that the Lord is coming back to deliver us and to take Esau down, you know? So causing distress or depression, okay? So it's a solemn assembly. 7 days shalt thou number unto thee. I'm sorry, it says 7 weeks shalt thou number unto thee, but this is talking about the Feast of Weeks. So that was the point of the Passover. Okay, and like I said, man, I was meditating pretty much all day, you know, and really all week, all year, really, because we think about the Passover every year, you know, when after the so-called New Year comes in, Esau's New Year comes in, we think about sincere, serious-minded brothers think about the Passover coming up, and I was just meditating on the plagues of old, you know, that happened in Egypt, and the reason why is because all these plagues that's happening to the world right now, and it's now coming to America, which, once again, I don't see this dying down. I don't see this coronavirus thing dying down. If the coronavirus goes away, Okay, and what I mean is the plagues. I don't see these plagues dying down because if this coronavirus goes away, I see it being something else serious, um, um, on the same plane, if not greater, you know, to keep these people in a state of fear, you know, and really bring in these prophecies. All right, one of the main ones being the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Okay, which uh, P what is it, PSC, public service announcement to the Israelites. All right, you so-called Negro, ignorantly so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians, you take that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, the Most High is going to put you to death. You know, but we're in the election year. We're in a whole new decade, um, and you already see the Most High is moving. The Most High is at work. So honestly, I really don't see it dying down because this place is on its last legs, and it's on its way out of here. But going back, I was thinking about the plagues of Egypt of old and how the Most High is plaguing this place. So it had me just wanted to do a kind of the main um, basis of the lesson was to be an encouraging or uplifting lesson for the elect, you know, the hopeful elect, that the Most High is going to take care of his elect. This is our wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9. They that put their trust in YAHAWASHI shall understand the truth, which ties in with Isaiah 33 and 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and strength of his salvation, roughly paraphrasing. Because you hear about all these people that's talking about coronavirus. I know when I was hearing these people talking about coronavirus and how they're washing their hands extra, which is new for Edomites because they don't wash their hands. But now Edomites are washing their hands overboard, all right? And as I'm sitting here listening to these different Edomites talk, you know, I'm just thinking in my mind like, man, I'm not changing nothing up. I've been everything you're talking about, what you're about to do is what, you know, already do, you know, and now you have people that's in that proud spirit, like, oh, I already knew this, or I'm going to do this to battle this. And, no, the Most High wants you to die from coronavirus, you're going to die from coronavirus. It's that simple, okay? Ain't no getting around it. But for the elect, anyway, you know, the Most High is going to protect his elect, you know. What did he say? Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful, all right, faith in love. And what's love? All right, keeping the commandments of YAHAWASHI, shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect, right? So the Most High is going to be caring for his elect during these troubling times that we're entering into, especially here in America. And that's another thing to do. That's what I wanted to say. That's another thing the dude said on the Silver Report. He said that when it gets here to America, in a roundabout way, he said this, not verbatim, but when it gets here to America, it's going to be amplified. You know, um, it's going to be on a whole nother scale than what we're seeing in China and Iran and all these other places. You know, and that's exactly true. The Most High is going to turn the heat up once it gets here to America. Okay? But for the elect, the Most High is going to protect his elect. And going back to those plagues that happened in Egypt, the Most High didn't even, YAHAWASHI didn't even have those plagues touch us. As those plagues was destroying Egypt, hey, they were not coming near us, man. And here's proof. Genesis 47 and 27. And actually, I started Genesis 47 and 6. The land of Egypt is before thee, and the best of the land make thy father and brethren to dwell in the land of Goshen. I'm sorry, no, 47 and 27. And Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, or Martezarium, or Mizraim. Mizraim, the Hebrew word is Martezarium, in the country of Goshen. And they had possessions therein and grew and multiplied exceedingly. That's not what I want, though. This is what I want, I think. Exodus 9 and 26. I like it. Only in the land of Goshen. I can start up. Okay, so that was a plague of hail. And then it said, only in the land of Goshen where the children of Israel, were, was there no hail. See? So the Most High can have it to where those plagues don't even come near his people. All right? And who's his people? The Israel of Israel, that being the elect of the nation of Israel. Because you're going to have 2/3 and the wicked of the nation of Israel that's going to get caught up in all this, man. All these different diseases and pestilences, and diseases is pestilences, but the plagues, okay, the ultimate plague being the missiles, all right, they're going to get caught up in it. Psalm 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. That's right. And that's a defense, refuge and fortress, meaning the Most High is our defense. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence, which is those missiles. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Once again, the missiles, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness. That's these different diseases, because we can't see these diseases. You know, I was at the courthouse today, handling business, and we had this Edomite that sneezed. I think that was at the courthouse. He sneezed and didn't cover his mouth, man. You know, and I was just like, man, you know, and what's that? It might have been when I was at somewhere else, but it might have been a courthouse. So like, but yeah, man, I'm just like, man, you got this dude that just sneezed, and then, you know, in his mind, he thinks that the sickness is staying in his area, but it's traveling. You know, so that's that pestilence, because you can get sick from that. You know, this dude got coronavirus, man, and you can get sick just from people sneezing or anything. You know, especially in today's world. You know, but hey, the Most High is going to protect us, man. At the end of the day, if we're part of the elect, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. And once again, that's the missiles that's going to come and waste this place called America, totally destroy this place. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Just like back when we were in Goshen, you had all those people that were falling to those plagues, okay, that were dying, all right, at the hands of those plagues that came from the Most High. The same thing's going to happen today. You're going to have all these millions of people, right, even billions, get put to death by these plagues that the Most High is going to bring upon this world, and they're not going to touch or harm the elect of the nation of Israel, man. All right, that's what that means, man. That's what it means by 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, and it shall not come nigh thee. You know, so you're gonna have a bunch of people die from coronavirus, and it ain't gonna come near you, man. It ain't, Lord willing, we're part of the elect. It ain't gonna come near us, and you're gonna have people looking like, man, what the heck? How he ain't sick? How he ain't dropping dead? You know, what did it say back here in Second Ezra? I think that's chapter 1. Okay. Because the Most High is going to protect us, man. He's going to take care of us. I was about to say protect care of us. The Lord's going to protect us, man, and take care of us if we be a part of his elect. All right. It's down here somewhere. Give me 1 second. Oh, Kushab. Is it it might be chapter 2. Yeah, chapter 2. It says this is Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, which I think I had that already. I had that already put up. Wow. All right. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. And we're definitely in the days of trouble and heaviness, man. and thou shalt be merry and have abundance, right? Well, all these people, hey, me personally, you know, when I hear about these people talking about coronavirus, I just laugh, man. You know, whether it's externally or internally, I just laugh. You know, and I'm in the spirit of joy, honestly, because these people are in fear. They're fearing the power of YAHAWASHI, man. And soon they're going to give glory to YAHAWASHI. They're going to give glory to our power, man. So that, hey, for me, that puts me in the spirit of joy, okay? In the spirit of gladness, man. The Most High is judging these people, man. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we're close. We're close to being delivered from up out of this wicked world, man. Okay? And our eyes will soon see a world ruled in righteousness, man. You know? Me personally, that's what I want to see. Okay? That's what I'm fighting for. A world ruled in righteousness. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord. See? So all these people, they're going to be dying, man. And the Lord's elect, you know, which, hey, that's not saying you're wicked if you do succumb to a coronavirus or a sickness. That's just the way the Most High wanted you to go out, man. You know, being a man of the Lord, that's just the way the Most High wanted you to go out. But for the most part, you're going to have all these people dying, and you're going to have these people envying the elect because it's not going to come upon them, man. You know? The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Okay? So the Most High is going to have angels encamped around about his elect, as it is written. Just like the Lord had angels encamped around the nation of Israel when we were in the land of Goshen, all right, in the past. So continue on, going back to Psalm 91 and 8. Only thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. That's right. And we're witnessing the reward of the wicked. And a lot of them old people, all right, that's dying, they were back then. All right, they were some of the founding fathers. Right, a lot of these old people today, well, I won't say they founding fathers because a lot of them was born in the 1800s. But they had a hand in these old Edomites. They had a hand in dealing treacherously with us, man. All right, then you got a lot of the children. They are going back years, okay, 3-4 generations. They were alive during the World War I and the stock market crash, man. So now they're witnessing another stock market crash and another coming world war. You know, verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall know, and how do you do that? By being in this truth and remaining and holding fast to the doctrine, okay? The true doctrine, okay, that the Most High instilled unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. That's right. So the Most High is going to protect us, man. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in thy ways. Thou shalt they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. And hey, that's mercy, man. See, that's the Most High giving his men, all right, his elect, men, women, and children, mercy. I will set him on high, speaking of the men, because he hath known my name. Once again, the name is very important. I believe I read this in a video epistle not too long ago. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. Why? Because he's the Lord's elect. The Most High hath cared for his elect. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life, and I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. So yeah, man, I just wanted to read those few precepts. You know, it went a little bit longer than what I expected, but it's all in the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. You know, just I just wanted to read these as an encouragement, okay, and also as an admonishment, okay, to Jake to get right, man. Okay, because we're coming in very serious time. We're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. We're coming into the hour of temptation. We're coming into the time or the day of the Lord. You know, and if you're not right, you're going to be destroyed. Okay, you're going to be left down here to be destroyed. But this is also an encouragement video to the righteous, okay, the hopeful elect, to remain faithful and trust in YAHAWASHI, okay, YAHAWASHI in these times, because Esau is he's coming as a roaring lion, okay, he's very wily, okay, he's very clever with his trickery, with his devices, and he's going to come with that RFID chip. I wouldn't be surprised if within a couple months he comes with it. You know, I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised. All right, I'm not saying he will. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if he shuts down everything and says, okay, you have to go to a FEMA camp. You have to go to your respective area to get this chip. Okay, this is going to do away with the real ID. It's going to do away with all that. You know, and with this chip, we can track and monitor you and see if you get coronavirus. You can, man, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, but we're close. All in all, we're close. That's the point. We're close to these devils pushing that RFID chip. We're close to the time of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, which them devils pushing the chip, and the return of YAHAWASHI. Okay, but I hope this was edifying. I hope it was encouraging and comforting unto the hopeful elect, and admonishing, okay, unto the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, and those that receive this admonishment will wake up and will, well, they're of the elect, you know. But so, like, I don't want to ramble too much. I'm gonna say shalom to the elect and a Bible ball.